Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to be talking about mobile phones and how the Garibay family uses mobile phones. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this today is I wish more people would be open about how they handle mobile phones in their life, and not like, oh, here's the review of the latest iPhone X because I got sent one free. You know, like, to me, I don't put a lot of stock into a lot of tech reviews because I'm not really sure. Basically, yeah, I really like a layman's view of some things, right? And so mobile phones is something I wish that just regular people would tell me how they use mobile phones and what successes they've had and not had. And the only reason why is one of the best descriptions I ever heard of mobile phones is it is basic equipment for modern life. And I really think they have become basic equipment for modern life. So I'm just sharing how the Garibay family, a family of 6, uses mobile phones. And this is going to be real talk, right? All right, so, and then I'm offering this up because I think we use mobile phones well, and I think we're doing pretty good with them. And I just want to give some transparency to others so that maybe they can use some of the tips that we've learned from making mistakes and then getting better at it. But also, if you're like, oh no, you guys are doing it wrong, here's the way to go, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you. All right, so Garibay family we have 6 people in the family. 4 people have phones all on the same mobile plan, okay? And we have 5 phones on one mobile plan for 4 people, okay? So I use a phone, and my wife uses a phone. My oldest son, who is a year out of college, uses a phone, which we pay for. There's no good reason in the world that we're paying for his phone, except that we love him too much. And then there is, he's about a year out of college, so he can easily get his own, but, you know, it's not a thing. It's not sweating us. So our oldest daughter, she is a junior in college, and we pay for her phone. And then we have one floater phone. We pay for a 5th phone that didn't belong to anybody. We just used it as a floater, right? And I use that phone now, and I'll talk about the use of that 5th phone in a minute. But right now, I just kind of want to give you the overall. So we have 5 phones on one plan. We have that through AT&T Wireless. We pay $220 a month. We're in the Philadelphia area, okay? So, and we're happy with that. Now, what's crazy about that is, like, that is approaching a car payment. You know, like, I consider $300, $400 a month a car payment. So we are paying almost a car payment for our monthly phone bill, our mobile phones. By the way, we have absolutely no landline. We carefully crafted it so we have no landline. We don't need a landline, and we're very happy without a landline, okay? So we're paying $220 a month for 5 phones that 4 people use, okay? And let me talk about AT&T Wireless. We signed on with AT&T Wireless probably about 15 years ago when we got cell phones. And we have never switched from that carrier, and we are incredibly happy with their coverage. Their coverage is unbeatable. I don't think I've ever had a dropped call. I really don't. Not one. We travel in the U.S. The travel is absolutely seamless. We do not get hit with overages or anything like that, okay? By the way, we get 20 gigabytes of data every month. We use that we use that almost to the max every single month. Every now and we're on an unlimited plan, and every now and then we'll go. Actually, I'm sorry. We're on a plan where if you go to the 20, they'll actually slow you down. That happens about once every 6 months. But overall, we're incredibly happy with the overall package itself for AT&T Wireless. They are really fantastic as far as what they do and the service we get. Actually, I don't think it's a great price. We're paying a lot, right? But I don't mind paying if I'm getting really good service, and we do, right? Now, let's talk about, we'll talk about my phone. My phone is very old. It's actually like a Samsung Galaxy Note 4, and that's my main phone. It's very large. I use it a lot to watch television. When I get dressed in the morning, I watch television on it. When I'm out and about and I'm doing stuff, I listen to podcasts on it. I listen to a lot of YouTube on it. I use Google Play. I just listen to it. I watch it. I use it heavily. I also use it on my bicycle trips. My phone is under heavy use, right? It is a little bit of an older phone, but it does everything I need it to, and I really dig it. What's going on with that fifth phone? All right, so I'm going to talk about it. I have recently, within the last 6 months, switched to using 2 phones. I now carry 2 phones all the time. The reason for this is I play Pokemon Go. Excuse me. Pokemon Go is a very, very battery-intensive application. And so I have a junker phone, literally a phone that that I think my oldest daughter lost, and then we found it later, right? And so then I took that second phone and I use it exclusively to run Pokemon Go on that phone, right? And that's what it started as, right? But one of the things that I realized is, just like everybody else, at the end of the day, you're getting low on battery, and so having 2 phones, I don't think I'll ever go back to having 1 phone. I love using 2 phones. And the reason why is, you are probably just like me, right? And I think most phone users are like this. You have a phone, you have some serious things you need to do on that phone. You absolutely, you do serious things on your phone, right? But then you have a bunch of nonsense you do on that phone too, right? And I like Pokemon Go, but that's a nonsense activity, right? And so, but the reality is, having a second phone lets you shuffle off high memory applications and just silly things, and it also allows you to not have to pull out a charger tank, right? I run 2 charger tanks that I can charge my phones with. I do not switch my batteries out, even though I have the ability to switch my battery out. I just plug a charger tank onto it, and it charges throughout the day if I needed to. I always keep 2 charger tanks fully charged, and I use Anchor USB cables to do the powering, right? And so I run 2 phones on the regular, and I love it. It really has a whole bunch of benefits. You get more battery life. You can, if an application doesn't work on one phone, you can easily switch over to the other phone and run it on there. It's just good having 2 mobile computers on you at any given time. I text things from one to the other, to myself. I have been amazed how dedicated I am to this new 2-phone model. I really, really dig it. And so I highly recommend it. On your second phone, just use a junker. Don't get anything fancy. 8 megabytes, low end phone. Not like a flip phone or anything. Those things are dead. I'm talking just a smaller screen phone. But I really like carrying 2 phones, and I highly recommend it. One of the things too that we have, another reason why I love going with AT&T Wireless is whenever they'll switch SIM cards in and out of phones. Phone switches is very, very simple. By the way, my wife, she is a stay-at-home mom, and so she can go and do all kinds of, she handles all of our phone needs, because she can go in the middle of the day when nobody's there, right? And so it's really nice. And so my wife handles almost all phone swaps and all that kind of thing. One of the other things that Garibays have done is whenever anybody needs a new phone, my oldest son, who he's been in the job market, he graduated with a dual major in computer science and mathematics. He is a millennial, and he is the best at finding good values for good phones. So what we do is we tell him, hey, $300 budget, get me the best phone I can get for that, right? And then we buy whatever he tells us, because he goes online and he finds the best deal. So none of us are really picky on what we run. He gets us very good, solid phones, and we really like it. I'll probably be switching to a new phone in the new year. But that's another thing is if you need to know what phone to buy, don't do that research yourself. If you're not a millennial, get a millennial to do it and listen to what they say. That's my take, right? And the reason why we switched over is over a couple of years, I realized I would do the same research and I would end up with a worse phone for more money. So millennials are very good at finding, particularly some millennials are very good at finding phone deals. So we kind of push that out to my son. So that's pretty much, overall how we use phones. One other slight thing is, so I talked about my oldest daughter and my oldest son. My youngest daughter is just starting high school. She's in 9th grade. My youngest son is just getting into middle school. Neither one of them have a phone, right? Now, what we do is when phones from all of the 4 people above are no longer used, they become Wi-Fi tablets. We use them as Wi-Fi tablets. They no longer function to make calls. They don't have SIM cards in them, but they can be used as Wi-Fi adapters, and our kids play a lot of mobile games on them. And then also, they actually function as phones that stay at home, right? Which is kind of a cool way. So that's how we use phones today. That's the numbers that's all the numbers for the Garibay family. And one of the reasons why I'm sharing this is I wish other regular people would share how they were using cell phones. I would love to know how what your model is. Let me know. And I hope this was a blessing to you in some way. I hope there was a few tips in here that might have answered some questions you had. And thank you very much. Please consider liking and subscribing. Take care.